I'm delighted to be joined by Pavol Neruda. We've got a massive show coming up at the weekend, Oktagon 74, in a spectacular arena. Tell me all about it and tell me about this main event, because it looks like it's going to be a very good one.
Oh, yeah, 100% sure. We are going to have, again, iconic Stwanice Stadium in the middle of the Prague, in the middle of the summer. There is, in the city center, just island on the Vltava River, and there is tennis stadium, open air. It's really iconic place where we are doing tournaments since 2018. Oktagon 3 was the first tournament there, and we are coming back. People love it here, and of course, because it's so special event, we prepared very special fight card. So, like you said, we have 10 fights, 4 fights of Deep Sport Game Changer quarterfinals, and the big main event, Lucia Sabova versus Cecil Bolander, which she's from Norway. She's our present champion in this division, and I have to say I'm really, really looking forward, because it's a lot of, I would not say bad blood, but it's hype. It's hype between them, because Lucka Sabova, if I'm not wrong, she has like 9 or 8 victories in a row in Oktagon. She feels that she deserves to be a champion at this time, and she's not. And she's kind of pissed off that Cecil Bolander, you took it, my chance from me. I will come to Stwanice and take my belt finally. After all those years, I'm in Oktagon. So very, very special event. And both of them, which is very interesting, and I'm looking forward to, is that they have many finishes and with armbar. If you include their amateur fights, it's a lot of armbars in their records. And so I hope that maybe we can see the armbar, which is not that common anymore in world of MMA as it used to be. So this could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we can get a Ronda Rousey-style finish in the main event. But there's some exciting Tip Sport Game Changer matches on the card. I think we're all looking forward to them. I mean, this is the Champions League of MMA. We've got Dominik Humburger versus Mark Hulme. And Mark, this guy from South Africa, he's teammates with Dricus du Plessis. There's a video on your guys' YouTube. He has this special journey walking all the way from Johannesburg to Cape Town to try and find God. He's an incredible man. So tell me about him and tell me about his story.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like I said, like he's a very special guy, very well experienced. He fought in all the big promotions, and now he's in Oktagon, coming in the right time because of the game changer. He said, like, the salary that I can get, it's more than all my previous fights combined that I get this money. For him, it's a really big game changer. But what is interesting, he's from South Africa. Very unique guy. Like you said, he went on 1,000 kilometers pilgrimage through the South Africa on his feet, trying to fight himself. But I think he kind of did it. He recalibrated his own values and view on life. And so this is him as a person, very nice, humble, but engaged. He's a killer. And what is he's probably one of the most favorite in Tips for Game Changer. When we announced his name, the most journalists, the people were like, oh, okay, like Mark Hulme. So now we have possible winner already. So people see him as one of the toughest guys on the card. And I agree. He's very special. He showed it in the last fight against Mikanidis, who was a finalist of Game Changer before. And he's so skilled. And Mark Hulme just go over him, I would say, pretty easy. So he's very, very dangerous. Versus Dominik Humburger, the soldier guy who is in Czech army, young gun, even though his record is very well, 9 victories, 2 losses. He's a KSW veteran, but still, like, you cannot compare to Mark Hulme experiences. So this will be very, very interesting fight. Like I said, Mark Hulme is favorite in this fight, but it was also Petar Kristovic in the last Humburger fight, and Dominik Humburger won. So We'll see.
We will see. There's another really intriguing matchup between Kerem Engizek and Mick Stanton. And Engizek is this Turkish guy. He's pretty spectacular. I watched him take on Patrick Kinsul, who at the time was the Octagon pound-for-pound #1. And Engizek made it look easy. He's a pretty special fighter. But Stanton, a guy who used to spar with Amir Khan, a former Cage Warriors champion, was so confident that he could beat him that he picked him. So where's this coming from? Where's his confidence coming from Stanton?
Actually, this is the biggest mystery for me on this card. Like, why? We have it on camera, actually, because our camera crew filmed him before the draw. Even before the draw, he said, I want champion. I know how to beat him. I have a strat. I think I see holes in his game. So this makes me very curious that it was not just, okay, he picked the free spot because it was there, but it was his plan since the beginning. And so I think that Mick sees something in Kerem's game that makes him so confident that he can beat him. I'm very curious about this fight. I think it's like two different styles. While Mick is this, like, he's this street fighter kind of style, like roadie, he just want to go and beat people. He's this kind of fighter, while Kerem is a technical guy, the one who is not rushing in his fights, and he's like this professor of MMA. So I'm very curious. It will be very interesting clash in this fight. It's worth to mention that Kerem didn't lose 11 years. Just unbelievable. So he's a champion of Octagon. So if you think about it, and how much he can get Mick, he has so many things he can achieve in this fight. Big money. If he will win, it means a lot of money in semifinals. He can, be the champion and be the guy who is absolute legend in Germany and who didn't lost 11 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, Octagon has produced some pretty incredible fighters, one of which, Karlos Vémola. We just saw him beat Attila again in the trilogy fight. I've interviewed a lot of people, but in terms of star quality, there's nobody really like Karlos Vémola. The way he dresses, the Terminator, the lions, everything. It's just insane. The first time I interviewed him, he was in the lion cage wrestling with them. So he's a pretty crazy guy. Is this truly it for Karlos Vémola, or could there be any chance that he could come back? And if it is the end, what is the legacy of this man?
Ooh, that's a tough one, because you know how it is in the life of sportsmen, that they retire and they start to miss all the action and adrenaline and purpose in life, everyday life, So, but I believe it was his last big MMA fight. Maybe he will fight in future in some different sports. We know that I think he signed already the boxing match. So more like exhibitions, yes. But this was definitely his last MMA fight in such dimensions, like this one, like we used to saw him fight all those years. And his legacy is, I would say, one of the biggest fighters in Europe in last decade, because he was the first Czech who made it to UFC. He was the first who really made the sport huge in Middle Europe. We saw on him and Attila, first O2 Arena, 20,000 people, then made the biggest sport even in last 30 years in Eden Stadium, in Czechoslovakia dimensions. And he has so many great fights with his unique, actually, fighting style. He was always a grappler, first of all, and not a stand-up fighter. But even though everyone was thinking, I know how to beat this guy, it's so clear, and then almost never did. He showed the amazing fighting spirit and heart in fight with Will Fleury in O2 Arena, when he was almost knocked out, but still somehow he made it to continue in fight and almost made a whole arena stand on the feet. So that's the guy who really will be forever, I think, with the big letters on the, I would say, in the history, written in the history of MMA. Really amazing guy. So
100%.
let's see. We'll try to keep him close to us, and we already have some plans how we can together move the sport forward with the younger generation, bring new audiences via his legacy.
Absolutely. I mean, what Oktagon does so well is explaining the stories behind these fighters. We've talked about Hulme and Engizek and their amazing journeys that they've had. But Pavol, for you, what is the craziest story that you have had in your career so far?
I know which one. In Frankfurt, first tournament in Frankfurt, Festhalle, 9,000 people venue. First time in Germany, Oktagon, first time ever MMA event in Frankfurt city. Before it was prohibited. And there was so crazy crowd, the Ekelin people around the cage. They bought like 300 VIP tickets. Big guys, like tough. Then we have no relationship with these people back then. And there was this critical moment that Christian Ekelin, he will get hit by the illegal kick. And the referees were checking the cameras if it was illegal kick or not. So if not, he lost. If yes, the fight will continue. And it took like 2 minutes to consider. The whole venue was on feet, ready to kill us. At least I felt like that. Or of course, they will not, I believe so. But the tension was over the roof. Like we were really like, I knew that they will, if he will lost now, they'll be like, okay, we will show you guys from Middle Europe how we will handle you. This was crazy. I was so happy when this fight was over. And luckily, Christian Ekelin won. The whole venue was celebrating. We were heroes for them as well because we delivered nice event at the end. But it was this close to be very, very different start in Germany.
Now you're in a place with somebody like Ekelin who can sell out a 59,000-seater stadium in Frankfurt, I think it was. I mean, it's absolutely spectacular. You look at all these other MMA promotions, and so many of them are doing good things. But where does Oktagon stand right now? Because it is just stadium show after stadium show. So when you compare an Oktagon to a PFL or a Cage Warriors, where is Oktagon standing right now on the world scene?
I would say it's a number 2. If you count the ticket sales, the engagement on social media, or YouTube and all these platforms, the world record we broke the last year, as you mentioned, and the roster we have, like if you combine these metrics, I believe it's number 2. People can, or if someone will say number 3 because PFL has very strong roster, it's fine. I mean, it's about how you look at it. I believe that we are selling big arenas. It's more because it showed the real interest of fans. So we know even on the big platforms, which I cannot name now, we had better numbers than PFL on the viewership. So from this perspective, I would say it makes us number 2 in eyes of the viewers. So I'm very happy about it and proud. And now we are talking with Netflix on some projects and other big brands. That makes me really sometimes think it's really cool, like where we start, where we are now, and we are still feel like it's just beginning. Like we love it so much. I believe we love it same as you, James, and other people, and we just love it from the pure passion. That so once we make some step, like let's say world record in Frankfurt, we immediately look forward what we can do more and how we can spread the sport to more people, so they will be also passionate as us, right? So. This is definitely our mission right now, and that's why we are trying to deliver the best possible fights, formats like Tips for Game Changer, and so on. So, and we are preparing one more reality TV show. So we are still trying to push it forward, bring more interesting stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to hearing more about this reality TV show. But Oktagon are always coming up with new ideas. For example, I featured at Oktagon Circus with Shamrock, and that was incredibly amusing. I saw you break it down on your YouTube channel, and then you touch on Netflix there. You had the Squid Game partnership. I was in the venue at the O2 when you had thousands of these pink guards all around the arena. It was insane. So what ideas have you got coming up with Oktagon? Because you must have more exciting ideas in the pipeline.
Like from where they are coming?
Yeah, well, what sort of ideas have you got, Pavol, in your mind? Any you can share?
Big one. It's like, I would say we are like a good fit with Ondřej, my partner, Ondřej Novotny. That I would say I'm looking more in forward this strategy thing where we can go, the crazy ideas, and he's the one. Once we prove them that we are all okay with them, he is super skilled to make them the best in best version possible. So once I would say I will start some ideas, he will take them and make them absolutely incredible. And that's actually basically with in Oktagon since we begin. So I'm the one who throwing the ideas on table, try to prepare new projects or TV formats and so on. Not just me, we have a great team. So I'm not taking it only on myself. Right now it's 120 people, and most of them are actually very creative people. So it's a lot of fun to work in creative environment. I have to say that's why it works. We're a very good team, and just we have another problem to stop being constantly creative. Like all of our, I would say most of our people are coming with ideas and things that what they want to do and improve, and what kind of halftime show we can make, and what kind of pyro show or DJs or whatever. Just trying always to have fun first of all, and we just hope that the fans will have fun with us.
Absolutely. Pavol, thank you so much for giving me some of your time today. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the show at the weekend. But before I let you go, is there anything else that you would like to mention?
I would say, yeah, it's a tips for a game changer. I will point this out. It's €1 million in the game, and the amount of talent we were able to bring to this year in middleweight category, it's just crazy. And it's my favorite weight class, actually, because it's this big dude, shredded, super fast. It's always fun to watch their fights. And now we have absolutely the best possible fighters you can get in Europe. And like we mentioned, these two fights, Humburger versus Hulme, Engicek versus Stanton. We have also Piotr Wawrzyniak versus Kajevan, great fight. And Krzysztof Jotko, the guy who never lost outside the UFC, against the Slovak puncher, Marek Mazur. It's so much fun. They are all in one tournament. So you can see the quarterfinals, how it will go. Will lead to semifinals and then to the finals at the end of the year in O2 Arena. This makes me excited, like enjoy this great tournament.